All right, well, welcome back to the iWealth podcast, and today we're talking with Mr. Brad Connors about the 7 wonders of the world.
Yeah, there is 7.
There you go.
I can't name them all, Matt, but there's 7.
So this is what was interesting. We were hanging out at your office, and get this. He's got a sign that says the 8th wonder of the world. So I was asking him what is, just to see if he would know, because it's in his office. What is the 8th wonder of the world?
Yeah, it's so cool. So I saw the quote somewhere. I think it might have been Strategic Coach. I'm like, we need to put this on the wall. Albert Einstein said the 8th wonder of the world is compound interest. And think of that. Now, I don't know how old he would be today, but think about how many years ago Albert Einstein was around and him recognizing compound interest. And then you couple that, this quote, I'm going to read this, that I read the other day. As Naval Ravikant said, play long-term games with long-term people. All returns in life, whether it's wealth, relationships, or knowledge, come from compound interest. And that really caught my attention. Like, we talk about compound interest all the time about, just get to 10% in your 401k.
Yeah.
Just get there and let that money compound.
Yep.
But think about it, Matt, from relationships. Think about it from knowledge. Like when I apply to relationships, I think of, a married couple that struggle.
Yep.
And, a lot of time, 50% or whatever the stats are, people end up divorced. Like, what if they compounded the interest there? What if they compound on the relationship?
Yeah.
And said, I'm not just going to cut bait and I'm going to stay there and I'm going to double down and put my time and energy and effort in, So pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the idea that, by giving and giving and giving, you're putting something in and that giving ends up compounding in the future, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so at the moment, sometimes it is a little painful to do the giving piece of it, but in the long term, it always pays out much more. And even if it doesn't pay out, this sometimes just feels better.
Yeah.
To just be like, yeah, watch. Let's see if I can outgive you. Like there's something cool to that.
I just read a book. It was recommended. Arthur C. Brooks wrote a book called From Strength to Strength. And the thing that's interesting is he starts out and he talks about like when athletes reach their peak age.
Yeah.
And when entrepreneurs, it was like 35 or something in their 30s. Here I'm sitting there at 50 years old. I'm like, so my life's over as an entrepreneur? Like, what's going on? But he talked about professors that are in their 60s and 70s constantly get higher rankings from their students than the professor in their 30s. And he talked about the professor in their 30s needs to like roll up their sleeves, get dirty in their work and dig in and research. But when you're 60 and 70s, that compound interest of learning, now you're a better teacher. Yep. And so that, again, kind of went to my head on this whole compound interest. So compound interest, but what about your relationships? What about knowledge? Continuing to read and those type of things. And then play long-term games with long-term people.
Yep.
So what are those people in your life that you're going to, compound or continue to invest in and take time?
Yep.
Yeah.
Very cool. Anything else special we should know about this?
No, I just thought it was really cool, and I'm glad we had a chance to riff on it.
Totally. We'll see you back here next time.
All right. Thanks, Matt.